Hello everyone, my Dandavat Pranams. I think you all know me by now. If you don't know me, if someone is just watching today or tonight in Theistic Media Studio, my name is Bhakti Vijay Trivikram, and we'll be here speaking about Krishna consciousness, as I was talking to my friends before about preaching. And what I was saying is that when you were preaching, you were not preaching just for the public, for the audience. You were preaching for yourself. So that's why preaching is very powerful. When you preach and you get some nice flow with the audience, you know, there is some happiness, then you nourish your heart. Even if it's very simple, doesn't need to be very high philosophy or whatever. Just talking about Krishna. If you talk about Krishna consciousness. And then I was giving this example. I don't know exactly, but I heard from Srila Sridhara Maharaj's classes, darshans, and I heard also from Srila Goswami Maharaj that one day Srila Sarasvati Thakur was preaching, and his preaching was so amazing. Then Srila Sridhara Maharaj went to him and said, Prabhu or Gurudeva, you know, the way he used to call his guru, and said, your speech was amazing yesterday. And then Srila Sarasvati Thakur himself asked, did you make the what? Did you did you take notes? Because I want to hear that again. I mean, you know, keeping the proportion and who is him. Of course, you know, he was having some divine flow from the upper level, from the spiritual world, and he wants to hear again. So that's what means preaching. But in some small level, even in our humble level, preaching, you can nourish yourself when you get some, you know, nice questions and the audience is happy hearing. Then you get some connection. Then, you know, there is, and the Lord, He says, you know, it's very simple, because sometimes we read, Krishna says, I am, you know, where I'm being glorified, my pastimes, my names, when devotees are glorified, talking about me, I'm there. And of course, you know, in different levels, he is showing, manifesting himself. For the group of Paramahansa Vaishnavas is one kind of revelation or presence. But even for the neophyte, he will feel some nourishment and something beautiful. And that's how we feed our hearts. And mainly, spiritual life for me means food for the heart. We want food for our hearts, not the muscle, like pumping blood, our core. We want the food for our innermost existence. And that we can feel, no one can deny. When you are getting that, you understand, I'm getting that. I'm happy, I'm feeling something beautiful. Then you know your heart is being nourished. And it doesn't matter, you know, sometimes we think we have to be, you know, something very high in terms of philosophy. And no, of course, this is beautiful if you can do, if it's your talent, if it's your vocation. Some people, they haven't. This is very helpful and beautiful. But even simple matters, you know, can nourish your heart. That's how I feel. So any question? You have any question? Any nice question? Yeah, she's the...
Yes, I have the whole list. We'll start with the online question. Coming from Sudarshan Prabhu. The first one is...
Sudarshana from Salt Lake?
Sudarshan.
Yeah, he's my guru. He was born in Krishna consciousness. Why are you doing that to me, Sudarshan? Okay, question.
What ways do we know of serving to Vaishnavas?
What ways?
Yes.
What ways do we know of serving the Vaishnavas? Do you have a favorite way to
how
serve
can we serve
the
Vaishnavas?
Vaishnavas?
How can we serve Vaishnavas, and do you have a favorite way?
Well, first of all, it's very nice to this question coming from him, because he's a sweet man, one of the dearmost devotees in our mission. And when I came to the mission, his family treated me like his own. And that was very important, because I was coming from another mission. Then I was a little insecure, like moving in to Sri Chaitanya Sarasvati Mata, and then Sri Govinda Prabhu at that time, now Nyashi Maharaj, and Sri Lekha Didi with the kids. They treat me in a very beautiful way. Then I'm very honored to have his question and very happy. And as I understood, the service for the Vaishnavas means, following the Supreme Vaishnava. If you follow the Supreme Vaishnava, then every Vaishnava will be nourished. And this is very simple. Once you get the guidelines from a Paramahansa Vaishnava, everything you do socially will be not just the service for the Vaishnavas, will be the service for every living entity, because you were connected with someone who is established in that level, in the supreme position. That's how I understood. And one day, Srila Govinda Maharaj, I just made a point, like I want to know about chanting mantras, Gayatri mantra, and the results. And then he explained it to me that Gayatri mantra takes you to the liberated stage. It doesn't follow you after that. And Mahamantra goes with you forever. And then he told me, like, the way Bhakti Lalita knows pretty much, like when he opened his eyes and became more intense, and he told me, but if you serve someone who is already in that level, it's very, very easily you reach his stage of consciousness. Then serving the Vaishnava means whatever they need, the higher section Vaishnavas, whatever they ask you, they need. And also you have gradation, you have people joining, and once they get connected with the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, they are Vaishnavas. Technically, once you get initiated by a guru, Vaishnava guru, you are technically a Vaishnava. Then you supply what you learned from your guru, from the Paramahansa Vaishnava. Then you are helpful in their lives. We don't need to invent we can adjust according to circumstances and place. We can be flexible in some ways, but regularly it's very simple. The process is very simple. Is that all right?
Do you have a favorite way of serving?
My favorite way?
Yeah.
I don't know if I serve. Anyway, let me drink water. This is a very... You see the questions like me. I try to do the best. I don't know the favorite way. No, I don't have a favorite way. I just try to do whatever necessary. When service comes, you try to do whatever necessary. That's what I try to do. But I can't say, I'm serving Vaishnavas. This is very... It's like praising yourself.
Okay, and the second question from Sudarshan Prabhu. How can we utilize every moment properly in the midst of our worldly responsibilities?
Well, first of all, I think you should see everything as they belong to your guru. Your family belongs to your guru. Your wife belongs to your guru. Your kids, they are all your guru's property. Then you do the needful to keep them healthy and happy in Krishna consciousness. And according to, I heard this question very long ago. I have this recorded. One man came to Srila Sridhar Maharaj and he told, we have many things in our dealings in the temple. We go to banks, we go to many places, we have to deal with people, mundane people, we have business to maintain the temple. And also we have the spiritual programs. And what is spiritual and what is material? And he said this is according to the capacity of someone who is the capacity of the doer. The doer, right? So it pretty much the capacity of oneself of doing things, like he can go. We know that a Paramahansa Vaishnava, he can do whatever he's doing is service. He has no mundane. He's taking care of the family, service. He's bathing, is service. He's sleeping in service. Everything means service. But, you know, for a family man, whoever is in Krishna consciousness, if we see everything belongs to our Guru, then we're going to act properly, serving family properly, serving the devotees properly, being humble, being tolerant, and offering honor to everybody. If you follow those guidances, you know, you're not going to feel difference what you do. If you are singing in the temple or if you are going to the bank, because everything means to Guru and Vaishnava. Everything is meant for them. I can't be satisfied with some place that you go to the temple and that's the moment you have spiritual. For me, it's necessary to be every second. Every second you have to be conscious of Krishna. That's what means Krishna consciousness. Then everything you are doing is a meditation. Everything you are doing is an act of service. There is no difference between you are driving or you are doing some arati. Everything is service.
And speaking of...
You want to say something? We should have another chair for you here also. Yes. Tomorrow.
I did my morning class.
Okay.
This morning and Thursday morning.
Is that all right what I said?
Yeah.
You want to supply something?
Perfect.
Speaking of Guru, maybe we'll be repeating something, but here's a question. How to satisfy your Guru? I heard that there are two ways, external and internal.
Yeah, internal is a little higher. External is what we need more. For neophytes, we need to engage our energy, serving the desires of Guru. Sri Guru, he's not a doll, someone that you just approach, and now you got some different name. Then you get some beads, and you are part of the group. This is not initiation. Initiation has, you know, some duties from both parts, and the disciple, he needs to act accordingly, like Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasena sevaya. I said this. I quoted this shloka yesterday. It's very important shloka. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasena sevaya upadekshanti te gyanam gyaninasta tvadarshana. Pranipata pranipasna and seva is surrendering. You have to surrender to your Guru. There is no question of Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru means something high. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, it's possible to understand, to have some guidance from the Chaitya Guru, the internal Guru. But it's very high. Just a few people has that capacity because they are in a very high stage. Of course, in some level, everybody can have some guidance, but it's easier to be misguided by your own mind in the name of Guru. Yes, my internal voice told me to do this and that. This is cheating business. Regularly we need, what's the name of external Guru? Mahanta Guru? The Guru, manifested Guru. And it's easy, it's not a very complicated thing. Your Guru tells you to do things and you do. You fulfill his desires. That's what means service. And Guru Deva told me once, you know, seva means what Guru Deva wants. And karma means what I want. So I want to do something for the temple, means karma. I want to do something for Giriraj, means karma. Then what Guru Deva wants me to do, that's seva. And sometimes it's not pleasant. I'm not very happy with that situation. That means sacrifice. The relation between Guru and disciple means sacrifice. Gurudeva is sacrificing his life for us. But we have to sacrifice algo. Algo means something. I'm mixing Portuguese and we have to sacrifice something. We have to give our energy. We have to you know, something that you feel like Gurudeva used to say, when you do exercise, you must feel some pain. Then it's working out your muscles. The same way when you're doing seva, it's not just heaven and I'm just, you know, going with the flow. This is one level, no problem. But if you want to go further and be a little more professional, you have to sacrifice. Then you're going to feel some, you know, some difficulties. Some service will come in a very difficult position. Then you surrender and you go and you supply. Even if you fail, the fact you were trying means something, and your Guru, from that attitude, blessings will come. And then naturally you're going to grow and have this kind of property that internally the meditation will grow, because everything is meditation. It's external and internal, both together. And we have to start and grow our capacity of meditating in what we are doing.
You mentioned the internal guru and the mind. How can we understand? How can we separate?
Practicing, acquiring sukriti. When you practice with full heart, you're going to get sukriti. And sukriti will give you the property to understand, to check. Also, we have to check. We have to check our internal guru. Is this guru speaking the same language as the Shastra and my own guru and the sadhus? We have baliza, we have reference. We have references. We can look to the references. And we have friends also. We can come into some craziness and think that something is coming to you. This is out of your Guru's mercy, and it's not. It's your own trip. That's why we have friends, and we have Shiksha Gurus, and we have a support around us to check if what we're doing is correct and won't deviate us from the spiritual path. Like Gurudeva, he was very protective for us because we could not recognize so many dangerous positions in some holy places, some so-called holy persons, and it was just a trap, like crocodiles waiting us. And once you fall there in that pool, you get stuck, maybe forever. Who knows how long you're going to stuck there in some misconception. We are growing we are growing a plant, a very delicate plant, that Bhakti Lata. The name is Bhakti Lata. Then you cannot feed with gasoline. You cannot feed as you think you can feed. So we have specialists. They know how to feed this Bhakti Lata with Shravana Kirtan proper. Not any Shravana Kirtan. I went to Radhakunda and there I met some Babajis and they're doing Shravana Kirtan. Yes, and you go to hell. That's our line. We saw our gurus saying and advising us and you know, shaking us. Don't go there. This is not for you. Keep with me. That was Gurudeva's protection. And I'm very happy because I was obedient. I never had the tendency. Once he told me I will keep, you know, by his side. Because we cannot recognize many of the traps in this environment. And there are many, many, many. Then obedience to Sri Guru is very important. And also, you know, the sincerity in the heart to be sheltered by a real Vaishnava. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said, and Srila Gurudeva also said, I heard, that came from Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Gurudeva. The sincerity of the devotee is like the iron of the sword. For the devotee, you know, if he is 100% sincere, he will never be cheated. And then, if you are 100% sincere, you won't be cheated by your own mind. You can see, you can see you were being cheated. Everybody here has this experience. We know I'm being a cheater, and I have to change immediately, and I have to correct myself. If you have a little sincerity, you're going to feel when you were being cheated, and when you are adjusted or well adjusted with the instructions from our Guru Varga. In line. Any more questions?
Yes. The other day on the other class you mentioned there are different ways or levels of serving, some can be taking prasada or arati, but you also mentioned that there is a deeper way. Can you comment on this? How to go deeper?
Go deeper means acquiring sukriti. Sacrifice will give you this. Now we are lagu. Lagu means light. Any wave can take us away. We need to be guru. We need to be heavyweight. Then, no wave will take us from our. We need to be heavy, and we need anchors in Krishna consciousness. And doing service, serving Guru and Vaishnava, you're gonna get sukriti, and with that sukriti, you will be allowed, because this is blessing. This is not because you want, just because you want. It needs the upper level. They need to give you blessings. From blessings, you grow. You grow, you go deeper. If you go by your own, you can do whatever you want. You're not going to get anything. You can do a show. I chant 64 rounds a day. If it's not your Guru's desire, you won't get anything. You can get some material things, like some mystical power, and also Namaparada gives you money and position, but you're not going to get what Mahaprabhu came to give. That treasure is just through blessings. Just they can give you that. And for that you need some special attention and attitude. Then they will notice you. Then blessings will flow in your direction. And that's why humility, without humility, no blessings. We need that kind of dainya. Dainya is the technical name. We need to feel we are small. We are small. Have you ever felt the feeling that we are lost? No one here is from that time, just me. There is a movie, series, Lost in the Space. It's very old, from the 60s, American series. They were lost, traveling in outer space. And that's what we are. We are lost in the infinite. We don't know next stop. That's our situation. We are very proud of something, but we are lost. That's our reality. Lost in the infinite. That's Srila Sridhar Maharaj's conclusion. When I heard that, I was like, it's something simple, but it's mind blower when you hear that. We are lost. We don't know next stop. I'm going to lose this body, and what's going to be next? Which place, which planet, which body? Just lost in misconception after misconception. Then you find something, with that I'll be happy. Millions of bodies. Again. that I'm sure I'll be happy. No discussion. Then more millions of bodies. So this is a very delicate sailing. We are navigating. That's what we are doing. We are cultivating Bhakti Lata. And this is a very soft, very delicate creeper. If we do properly, then it will grow and reach other levels of consciousness and higher till it reach the highest by the blessings of the Vaishnavas.
Okay, and we have some questions from our dear friends watching us live. The first question is from Radhika Devidasi. How do we know when to take the second initiation? And the second part is, I know that I don't spend enough time for my seva because I have a lot of other activities and job and etc. How can I manage this with the second initiation?
Second initiation gives you more possibilities of service when you have the chance to worship the deity in some temple, helping at the service. And also is a tool to make you free from the mental field. But how you ask, this is personal. I cannot manage for her. Is Radhika from Brazil? From São Paulo? Yeah, because she's watching every day. I see her.
How do you know when you're ready? You might be really busy.
When you desire, some questions are like, how do you know? How do you know when you are hungry? When you are hungry. For me, that's the same question. How do I know when I'm hungry? When you feel hungry. When do I know when I have to have second initiation? When I'm feeling ready to take initiation and take another step and proceed, getting more responsibility, assuming it, because second initiation is useless if you are not. Are you chanting the rounds in your beads? Many people, they're not even chanting the rounds, but they want to get the second initiation. But they're not chanting the rounds in the beads. And we promise to our Guru at least 4 rounds a day. Then you are ready when you are ready to assume more responsibility and do more. When your heart is burning to do more, then you have there is nothing that can stop you. You're going to do even if people tell you not to do. No, don't do that. It's more responsibility. You're going to be more bounded by this brainwash Hare Krishna movement. You need to do, you're going to feel in your heart. It's something that you're going to feel, like some urgency or some urge to do that, I need that. I want to serve. I want to serve the deity. I want to go to the ashram, every weekend and worship Mahaprabhu. Then I need the second initiation. I want to worship Giriraj properly. Then my Guru told me I need second initiation. Now this is for service. If you feel like burning desire for service, then you do this step. And this means you are healthy. You are in a healthy position. You are not just lazy and accommodate. This is progressive. But the person knows when they feel this hunger. No hunger means something is wrong. If you have no hunger to increase your life, to increase the amount of responsibility to get even closer to Shravana Kirtan, to be associated with devotees and participate in the programs, means something is wrong in your life.
The other day you have mentioned you have some favorites or some slokas you remember that you have with you throughout your life. And
who is asking?
We are asking.
Okay. Okay, no, I thought it was someone from other place.
So
okay.
You've mentioned you have some slokas.
Yes, I have one sloka. The first sloka I memorized. It's very simple. Sukha duke samekrito la balabo jayota toju jasa duja swana vampapama vapsasi. This one was the first shloka. And this shloka is following me all the time. Means, you know, I can't say in English. Can you translate? Do you know? It's like fight, just to fight. I can't say in English. I will try. Don't matter if you are sad or if you are happy. Sukha duke. Doesn't matter if you're famous or unfamous. It doesn't matter the situation you are living in, but you have to fight. Then many times when you are living your spiritual life, it will come to you. You know, you're sad, you get sometimes depressed according to your own karma. And you get sometimes a bad name. I'm a specialist in that. I always get some bad name. Then, you know, you have to tolerate. It doesn't matter. This is all opinions here. This is all this, you know, duplicity, duality in this environment. And if you get stuck in some mental problem because I'm very sad, I'm very depressed, my husband left me, my wife went away with my boy. All these miseries are going on every day, every second from the beginning of existence in this, you know, the beginning of the creation, misery starts here. Then we cannot be stuck. So this shloka for me is one of the most important in my life. I mean, to keep on the track. This is fundamental basis. That's why you have Gita. That's my humble opinion. But why Lord Krishna, if you see Lord Krishna throw out, how I say? Throw out the Gita, he's mentioning this question. Be, what's the word? Be, yes, what?
Equipoised.
Yes.
Balanced
in the situations. If you read Gita, you're gonna check. Now you're gonna understand like what I'm saying. When you read Gita, you're gonna see that in many chapters he's telling Arjuna, the man who is capable or
unaffected.
No, not unaffected. The person, you know, who is. Oh, English is very hard sometimes. He can be a candidate for liberation. He is like that. He's unaffected by the dualities. And this is very important, but in the beginning he said, Matrais Pashastu Kaunteyashis Tosnasuka Dukada. Gurudeva mentioned this shloka many times because this is fundamental basis. Okay, you can quote many higher shlokas, but are you understanding those? If you were just suffering and you were miserable in your own mental field, you didn't cross even the mental field. You were stuck in your mental field. But you were quoting like very high shlokas. So they are useless for you. It's just a burden. Okay, you can read with higher Vaishnavas. You can have those shlokas because they are there in our scriptures. But we need also the first grade, the second grade, and we have to be smart. We have to understand that those grades, you know, in the beginning, they give you the structure of the house you were building. So that shloka that is very important for me because, you know, when you get in trouble, sometimes you remember, you know, I don't care, you know. Now people are talking many things about me, and some of those things are right. They have all the rights to criticize me and to tell, but it will go. If I have to, this is my own interest. This is not anybody's interest. The person who has more interest in my spiritual life is my own self. Then why I will care so much for the external environment? And we're going to cross that. And if we don't have that shloka, then most problem, when it's heavy, you give up. Oh, spirituality is not helping me. I'm suffering. Then I will try something else. But if the shloka is there, the basics, the fundamental shlokas or instructions from the scriptures, then you feel life. Then one day, that was funny. I was suffering from many things. Then I took Bhagavad Gita's oracle. You say oracle? And I came and I opened Bhagavad Gita like, oh, please, Lord, answer me. Then I open Gita and says, you know, I can't say in English, but it's something like that, you know. Your only enemy is lust. And I clung. Immediately I close. No, it's not for me. It's saying, you know, give a very heavy, like a, what? Smash in this enemy and kill this enemy forever. Because it's your only enemy. We don't have, Krishna is saying in the Gita, we don't have two enemies. We have just one enemy, and it's inside us. This is inside, and he describes where it's located. That's the only fight we have. So that's why I like those, like, simple. They're not simple. They're coming from the Lord. So how can it be simple? It's very sophisticated and very high indeed. But I feel them as you know, giving me some fundamental basis. I like them, like Bhoktaram Jagyatapasam. You know, this is describing the Lord. It's so beautiful. I like, you know, this is describing. And when you start repeating forever, like when you hear, then you start understanding every word by some, you know, just out of repetition, you start understanding, like Bhoga Bhoktaram, like Aham, I'm the enjoyer of all jagyas and tapasyas. Bhoktaram Jagyatapasam. I'm Maheshvaram of every loka, every locus, every place. I'm Maheshvaram. I'm the supreme controller. I'm everywhere from all the words. Sarva loka Maheshvaram. Suridam Sarva Bhutanam. This is very beautiful. He's the most dear friend, Surid. He's in our core. He lives with us in our core. He's our heart. He knows everything we have. Every fault, every desire, everything he's acquainted with. Is that right? Then, you know, he's the best friend. He's the closest friend. There is no way, no reason, no value when we try to cheat ourselves thinking that someone else will be our best friend. Krishna said already, you know, I'm your best friend, Suridam. I'm the best friend of Sarva Bhutanam, every living being, every embodied soul, Sarva Bhutanam. Gyatvaman, Gyatva Jnana, Gyatvaman, those who knows me like that, Shantim Richati, they reach a stage of peace when they know me like that. So Krishna is giving everything for us in this. So there are some few shlokas that I'm hearing since I came to Krishna consciousness. They are simple, but they are beautiful. And you get some life when you need them. Sometimes they come to help you. Because the scriptures, they are not dead. They are the Lord. They are the manifestation of the Lord. It's hard to say in English, but they are a literary?
Illiterate.
Huh?
Illiterate?
No, literary manifestation of the Lord is possible. That's right to say? That's what means the scriptures. Passive representation of the Lord.
Do you have any favorite hero from the scriptures?
Hero. It's very hard. I'm very attracted. I'm not very, but I have some attraction for Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, there are many heroes and beautiful heroes. But I think the person who more impressed me in this life was my guru. I mean, I think it's too much to say, you know, as a hero. I feel a little shy to say that. But as the greatest personality I ever met, no doubt. And for me, he was known different from all those heroes from Mahabharata.
why some people are attracted, what is your opinion, why some people are attracted to astrology and palm reading?
Yeah, maybe sometimes I think so is for some previous life connection, some other people influencing them, some nature, you know, some people they have this kind of nature, like, you know, someone likes different ways of acting in this world. They're all science, some kind of science, you know, you were attracted. This is pretty much according to someone else's karma and previous connections sometimes can be. Or influenced by friends, you know.
I have the last question. Are you concerned of your health? How do you take care of your health?
Yeah. Taking lots of cheese and ice cream. That's my medicine. But I offer before. Yes, I am very concerned. After 45, I started being very concerned because you feel you feel that your body is not anymore as it used to be, like digesting everything, and any problem, next day you were okay. Then naturally you start taking care, like eating less, or avoiding something that it's not good for you. That happens naturally. If you're toothless, you're gonna eat accordingly. So if you lose your health for some exaggeration, is that right? Something you do in life, like eating too much fried things, rich food. Yes, too much excess, and even much anxiety, not sleeping well. And then you're going to suffer. Then you have to take care, because the body belongs to your guru. That's the idea. The body belongs to Guru Deva. Then that's our duty, to take care of the body properly, maintaining it clean and healthy for the service. I think that's our duty, everybody's duty. But when you are 25, you don't think you're going to need that. Any more questions?
No, we're done. Thank you very much.
Can we sing something?
Yeah, sure.
You have Hari Harai here? I need a book always. In some...
She has songbook in her.
Someone plays Mridanga here? Is anybody here Mridanga player? Oh yeah, she's the Mridanga player, yeah.
Yes, very great Mridanga player.
And Kartal? Thank you. Can I move this? No. Okay.
She's just downloading it. She's downloading it. You can tell us, sometimes you mentioned toothless, sometimes you make yourself miss
You remember?
one tooth. I have a photo of you.
Yeah.
I have proof of this. Sometimes you make yourself toothless, and how and why?
Because when I was a boy, I was we have some kind of, I can't say in English, but we have some kind of play in the school. So you have a group, and they dress like, old-fashioned countryside people. And then I was a boy, I was like 7 years old, and by myself I invented to put some piece of black paper in my tooth to become toothless. Because the countryside people, they were poor, they could not afford to put something then. was very funny. Then I repeated like a retarded forever. This is fun. You put something like, one day was even bad because we were in a wedding party, my cousin, and I did that in front of important people, and my father looking at me. Why are you doing that? You're 45. What's your problem? And I thought I was doing something great. And there was a man there, he was a minister, he was my father's cousin. And I did to him, but he didn't laugh because he thought I didn't have tooth. He was just looking at me, oh, poor guy, he has no teeth. Then I felt, why he's not laughing? It's so funny, but how can he laugh because I have no teeth? He was thinking it was serious. Then my father wants to kill me. Because it was that, those circumstances very, formal and full of protocol, and I was like an idiot.
Maybe on Thursday morning I'll bring my photograph of you.
Okay, I can come to give a class. Yeah, I can come to give a class. Toothless. Now I have a friend in Brazil, Rasheswari, and when I told her, yes, I'll become old and toothless. And she said, no, toothless you won't be, because she's a dentist. And she puts one here, this false, forever, implant. And that's why, I did. I think it was cool. Then I discovered it wasn't. Depends on the circumstance. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopala Govindaram Srimadusudana. Govindaram Srimadusudana. Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana. Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Sri Advaita Chandra. Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhattara Gunata. Sanatana Bhattara Gunata. Sri Diva Gopala Bhatta Dasara Gunata. Dasara Gunata. Ichai Goshai Kori Charana Vandana. Ichai Goshai Kori Charana Vandana. Jaha Hoite Binana Zabishta Purana. Jaha Hoite Binana Zabishta Purana. Ichai Goshai Jaramuita Radasa. Jaramuita Radasa. Sabara Padarenu Mora Panchagrasa. Sabara Padarenu Mora Panchagrasa. Dandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebasa. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Gurudeva ki Jai, Jaya Om Vishnupada, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Jaya Om Vishnupada, Srila Bhakti Rakakshi Deva Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Sri Baladeva Vidyabhushan ki Jai, Sri Narottama Shyamananda Srinivasacharya Prabhu ki Jai, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraja Prabhu ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Sarasvati Mat ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Sarasvati Mat Shangi Mai ki Jai, Jaya Om Vishnupada Srila Bhakti Bimala Vaduta Maharaj ki Jai, Jaya Om Vishnupada Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Jaya Om Vishnupada Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj ki Jai, Sri Harinama Sankirtana ki Jai, Gaura Premanande Haribo.